Hi, everybody. This is your announcement for Philosophy 201 for June 28th. We are about to begin week 6 of the summer session, so we're more than halfway finished, folks. So hang in there, okay? I know it gets hard kind of in the middle of a semester or a session to keep that motivation going. So I'm encouraging you to keep it up, keep up the good work, keep your nose to that grindstone, um, and aim to finish strong. Okay? All right, so last week we tackled reality, right? We talked about what was real. And so the discussion was interesting. I read through your responses, and then I'll be grading your essay also that you wrote. Actually, let me let me correct myself. The essay is due tonight, June 28th. Okay, so you should be working on your essay assignment. Uh, and I hope if you don't know what I'm talking about, please refer to last week's announcement, okay? Because you got that due tonight at 11:59 p.m. All right, so I will be looking forward to reading those essays. As of right now, I don't think anyone has submitted them, which gets me a little nervous. So I hope you're just right now working really hard on getting that essay done. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next week, our next week together, which is Module 3, which will be on knowledge and truth, or in fancy philosophical words, epistemology. Okay, so this kind of keeps us going with that idea. It's related to reality, right? Knowledge. So we're going to continue in that vein. So going to our overview page. So my question is, how do we know what we know? Okay, and I like my little cartoon here. This guy says, hey, I just arrived here, and do you know when I become knowledge? And the other guy says, I don't know, it just kind of happens. So, and that's kind of the crux of our question is, when does information or insight or perception become actual knowledge? And that's kind of a hard question, but we're going to try to do what we can to address it here. Okay, so, excuse me. So if we look at our objectives here, you're going to identify the main points of philosophical theories of knowledge and truth that are presented by Descartes and Benali in a quiz. You're going to discuss the meaning of critical points dealing with theories of knowledge in a discussion, and you're going to identify the definition of epistemology and how it differs from other subfields of philosophy in a quiz. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to read my commentary. All right, there it is. You just click on that little icon. And in it, I talk about the readings that we're going to do for this week, which is one is by Rene Descartes. It's from his Meditations. It's called Meditations on the Nature of Knowledge. And this is very famous writing. And Descartes is, his philosophy has been taken into movies and literature and all kinds of fun things. Some of you actually mentioned The Matrix in your response to my question, your extra credit question last week, and I totally agree. I think The Matrix is a very philosophical movie, and The Matrix is rooted in a lot of Descartes' theories, so that kind of makes it even more fun. And then our other perspective we're going to be looking at is from the Navajo. And this is by an author named Herbert John Benali, who is a Navajo philosopher. And this is entitled Navajo Ways of Knowing. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this. I really like this just because we're so close to the Navajo Nation living here in New Mexico, and I think it's kind of neat to learn more about how the Navajo have traditionally seen these philosophical questions. Okay, so once you read that, then there is a video to watch which is titled What is Epistemology? It's not very long, so make sure you watch that. You're going to need that in order to complete the self-check quiz. Okay, so your readings for this week are, like I said, by Rene Descartes, Meditations on the Nature of Knowledge, and Navajo Ways of Knowing. And once again, remember that we're just using the actual writing by Descartes and Manali. Okay, so don't rely on the introduction for, your assignments. Okay, the other thing I need to tell you is we are actually doing 2 modules this week again. Okay, so summer session, we got to just move through things quickly. So your self-check quiz is due Monday, okay, June 29th. All right, so make sure you get that in. Let me see if I can click on next. Hang on. I'm in the way. There we go. And then this is the discussion for this week. The due date on this is July 1st, which is Wednesday, which means you will have to post your initial response to the question on Monday, the 29th, to get it in 48 hours ahead of time. Okay, so the question is, which of your knowledge claims, if any, do you think are absolutely certain? Why do you believe these claims are certain? So let me explain a little bit because students get tripped up on the words. So a knowledge claim. What is a knowledge claim? What I mean by that is something that you in your brain believe to be true. Okay, that this it's something that you feel is knowledge, or that you know is knowledge, and therefore you think that this is certain. You think it's true. Okay, it has certainty. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, then the second part of the question is, why do you believe that your knowledge claim is certain? Okay, explain to me why you think that is certain. What has led you to believe the truth of that knowledge claim? Okay, now if you have questions about this, let me know. I can talk to you more. And of course, I would like you, although, the readings aren't directly addressed in the question, bringing in the readings to support what you write really helps, okay, kind of tie everything together, okay? So once again, the due date on this, the final due date is July 1st, so you got to post by Monday. Okay, next we move on to the critical essay. Okay, this is module 3.2. So right now you're working, I know this is tough, I'm just like pushing you guys, and I'm sorry about that, but we're trying to do this in 10 weeks. So this is another essay. This is a different kind of an essay. This is a critical essay. So the essay that you're doing for me right now, what you're doing is describing a philosophical work. You're talking about the theory. In this essay, you're actually going to evaluate a philosophical theory. So that's different. You're going to tell me what you think about this theory with support, okay, with evidence. So in this case, I do want your opinion, whereas in the essay that's due tonight, I don't want your opinion, okay? I don't care about your opinion. I just want you to be able to tell me about the reading. Okay, so moving on here. So this is the assignment, and if you click on this icon, this gives you the full instructions. Okay, so the purpose of this assignment is for you to think and write critically about one of the readings in this module. Okay, and the reading you're going to write about is the one by Descartes. And then you're going to follow the structure that I just lay out for you. You're going to introduce his philosophy by talking about the topic of his writing. Okay, so the subject, what is he talking about in Meditations on the Nature of Knowledge? And that's one paragraph. Then, number 2, you're going to critically evaluate the main points of the argument by responding to this question. Do you agree with Descartes that the truth of your own existence cannot be doubted? Okay, that's really important. Don't get confused. People get confused and they don't see that cannot. Um, okay, so when you read Descartes, this is going to make more sense to you, but that's the conclusion he comes to, that the one thing he cannot doubt is that he exists. That is a truth. Okay, so the question is, do you agree with Descartes and with that claim? And then I would like for you to defend your answer basing your response on the writing. So in other words, what does Descartes say that leads you to your answer? And that's going to be 2 to 3 paragraphs. Okay, so this just describes how to go about writing the essay. I do want citations. Okay, that's important. Use MLA style. Make sure you fix all your spelling and grammatical errors. And make sure that your writing is clear. Okay, read it out loud to yourself before you turn it in. And make sure you go through the rubric. Okay, this is the description of the rubric to make sure you're hitting all the points that I will grade you on. And if you scroll down, okay, here is the full rubric. All right, so before you even start writing, look at this rubric so you know what it is I will be looking for when I grade your essay. Okay, so this doesn't have to be a long essay. I don't even know if I give you a page limit. A page to 2 pages is usually what students write. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Again, if you have any trouble with the readings, or you want to talk about the readings, or you want to talk about the essay assignment, contact me so I can help you. Okay, so the question for your extra credit for this week is, how did you respond when or if you found out that something you believed was true actually wasn't? Okay, and I don't want to hear stories about Santa Claus when you found out Santa Claus didn't exist. All right, let's go a little bit deeper, a little beyond that. So once again, how did you respond when or if you found out that something that you believed to be true was not true? All right. Okay, I hope everyone has a really good week. Thank you for watching my announcement. I know not everyone does, so those of you who are watching, I appreciate it. And I enjoy your comments that you write when you answer my extra credit question. Okay, everyone, I gotta go. I will see you again next week. Bye.